on Facebook.
Yeah,
I'll send
yeah.
you Twitch clips. All right.
All right. I have a 15-second delay, so it's starting in 8, 7, 6, 5, 2, and we should be live. All right. Just waiting for it to pop up online. Just getting that going. Gotta love the stream delays, am I right?
Right.
Oh, you right.
Alright, we got this. Got that stupid Twitch. Yeah! Alright, stupid Twitch advertisement for 5 Hour Energy. And we're live. Alright. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Mindfreak here. Welcome to the first ever weekly recap. Today, we kind of just breaking down, talking a little bit about the 4v4 Spring Variant tournament yesterday. Just kind of go over there. Got a nice little panel here of with Big Slim, Quantam Ranger, and Kairomatic. Guys, I want to say once again, thanks for being here, breaking shit down for us, all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, man. Glad to be here.
Always good to have good Titanfall players here talking about the game itself. So first things first, I'm gonna open the floor up, guys. Overall, what did we think of the tournament yesterday?
Crickets.
I'll open it up. Whoever wants to speak, go for it.
I mean, I gotta say, first and foremost, I'm really impressed with the kids over there. Used to be known as the Divines, but now Catalyst Gaming. We've seen those young players just evolve so much. I mean, from when I first started playing Titanfall 2 back in November, doing GBs, and I was impressed with them, but I was able to beat them. Now it's like I don't even want to play the customs with them. Those kids are so good. Like Nas especially. That guy's improved so much.
Oh yeah,
He's gone to a godlike level with his movement and everything. So
Yeah, to kind of echo that, I was sitting over here with I was the one streaming Catalyst Gaming for both of their matches, actually their semifinals and their finals, and they were something else. They were something else for sure. What's really cool about them is that they're putting together a squad that really works together well, that kind of embodies like positioning but also understanding who each other are, and really show how team chemistry is key. And I think you actually saw that in the finals with both Catalyst and Tang. You got two teams that are high up there with the team chemistry. So that was really
absolutely. I mean, not to take anything away from CG or Tang, but Tang played their hearts out. I know Cairo here can remember back to the first and second season of GBs back in December and January. Tang, being a relatively new team on the scene, and had a lot of that good chemistry starting out with. I mean, and especially their Titan game together, it was just it was phenomenal. And just kind of see them grow out now. And also, not only necessarily, as a team, but individually what they've been doing for the community, in the sense of them, along with some of the admins of the competitive page, hosting the tournament. And real quick, I want to say, to Tang and the admins, awesome tournament yesterday, guys. Put well together. And for all you guys tuning in, if you guys missed the tournament yesterday, it was a big Spring Variant tournament for a trophy. And for leaderboard points for the end of the season tournament, invite only, top 8 kind of thing. For more details on that, make sure you guys check out our the Titanfall competitive page on Facebook. Also, too, guys, while we are streaming here, I have the chat opened up. So ask your questions. If you guys have any questions for myself or anybody here at the panel, throw it up in the chat. We can take a look at it and then get to them in an orderly fashion. But going back to it, but yeah, like you said, especially with Nas and the guys in CG with that chemistry you're building. I mean, starting out back in the Divines in the early seasons, and then kind of just seeing where they were and where they are now. It's incredible. I mean, and a lot of other teams too, that are out there and stuff like that. That kind of thing. The biggest thing though too is kind of leading up to the tournament too. With the different rosters and stuff like that. Before like the tournament started, let me hear from you guys. Who were some of your? Who do you think some of the favorites to win the tournament were going to be?
Honestly, I was blown away to see. Not that Next Level played a bad team, because Red Rage is just amazing, but I've never seen Next Level go out in the first round before, so I guess that was kind of a culture shock. I know they're not exactly, they don't claim to be particularly LTS players or hardpoint players. They're really just the all-stars of CTF, from what I've seen in the past. But you've seen before though, in that last LTS league they had, where they got second place, guys that weren't even known for playing last night and standing. So I was really surprised to see them go out. But I knew Red Rage would do really well. I was looking forward to seeing Jedi Mind, but unfortunately there was that double DQ that happened. But I definitely anticipated seeing Tang go as far as they did. And I honestly didn't, with my back knowledge, didn't foresee Catalyst Gaming going that far with the 3 different mode variant. But I mean, they shocked me, and they've proven those guys are the greats.
No, yeah. Especially with, I've been upgraded in his flag routes that he was running yesterday. Especially early on when.
Oh yeah, I mean those flag routes that he was running was insane, and I know I was watching it from Tang's point of view last night, and I think I heard one of them call out like I think he's just going for flag runs, because I didn't think he had like a lot of kills and stuff like that, but he was just going for those flag runs. I mean,
no,
that's just what I heard. I mean, it was kind of hard to see, the screens.
I streamed the first game of theirs, and I've been upgraded flag run like 4 or 5 times, in each match, and it was just.
Oh yeah, it was one after another.
And he was sneaking around. It was just awesome, dude. It was just crazy.
You'd look at that screen, and it was like every few 30 seconds, I've been upgraded has the flag. I've been upgraded as the flag, and that was watching from Ishii's point of view. So from Tang's perspective, and you just kept seeing it.
Yeah, I was I was streaming from Catalyst side of things, and the way that they play was kind of hilarious, because when they're playing on Colony in the first round and it hits halftime, and Upgraded had like 1 or 2 kills, and he's sitting here, he's like apologizing. He's got 3 flag caps. It was kind of.
I didn't hear that
situation. Yeah, so I mean, he would just fly on through there, and then he'd hang back and let his team slay. And I think really the underrated, like we're talking about Upgraded too, but we can't fail to mention the rest of the squad, because really,
oh yeah, they held it down for.
I mean, you're playing a 3v4, right? If you've got the flag, you got a flag guy who's hanging out behind your base, you got it back there, you're ready for the cap. You're playing a 3v4, and that stuff's crazy. That stuff was nuts. And to watch an enemy pilot come in here and drop a 30 spot on Angel City was definitely impressive, because
it's a 30 bomb.
Tang is no joke.
No, not even that. I think he also dropped.
I
I think he was like a 29 or a 30 on that Colony CTF game too.
Yep.
Which I mean,
Right.
like you said, don't take anything away from Tang, because Tang, it's a good squad. I know I was watching the Red Rage and Tang game, and Red Rage was kind of having a little bit of a problem, especially with Shui being top tower. I mean, and having that tower control, but then when you kind of flip it, to the other side of it, they were kind of trying to keep Shui off that tower in that game, and that was one of the things. I mean, not necessarily to take anything too. But just the fact that, they're watching it and they kind of knowing, hey, this is what's going to be happening. This is what we kind of need to do to kind of get through it. I mean, Quantum, like you said, you had Upgraded just be like, sorry guys, I had like 1 or 2 or 3 kills or something in that first round. But the fact that, that didn't let him slow him down. The whole idea of, that chemistry that Kairo was going back to earlier, just that chemistry that they have where, if we need to run a 3v4, but yet you have somebody that can run flags pretty quickly, but not necessarily just that, but also like sneaking over, sneaking around and just pulling those flag caps out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you can pull it up on the stream or if you guys saw that video that I clipped earlier, but it's just awesome. It's really pointing at a lot of people on the Facebook page. Have people are saying, who do you think's the MVP? And everybody's talking about enemy pilot, and just the way he was so annoying up on that top tower. He did it on Colony, he did it on Angel City, and there's a clip I highlighted where he was a top star. He melts Stolas. You see Shui, or however you Shui trying to get shots off, and as Ishii changes the camera view, it goes over to VP. VP's trying to get a shot off on him too, and literally within this 20-second span, you see how an enemy pilot is keeping 3 different guys busy and gets one of them, and that's all. You know, it's the overall effort by the team, because maybe Upgraded didn't get all the kills, but that kind of distraction, that kind of teamwork and communication allowed him to be constantly grabbing those flags when you got people dropping 30 kills and holding those strong positions consistently. So I definitely loved seeing that. I wouldn't want to play against it, that's for sure.
yeah. I agree with you on that one.
I mean,
it's tough, but I mean, going back to some of the early rounds too. Like that, it was one of the matches I wasn't able to catch. But Quantum, I think you were there. The Frost and the Frost and the Catalyst gaming match. Like I heard a couple different things like on how that was, and like it was a good, a good match altogether. But I was just kind of getting your thoughts on that game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's the blue bracket, which is the Frost and Catalyst bracket. They fought, and even though it was a 3-0 in favor of Catalyst, there was in each match you could see how balanced it was, and you had people who were fighting for, I mean, on every level, CTF, LTS, Amped Hardpoint. It was definitely well matched in that, and I mean, Frost played well, but Catalyst was on fire, and that's really what it came down to, and it was good to see all around.
Oh yeah, I mean, and especially with that momentum going through, especially on the blue bracket side, and kind of having the momentum and then going through this whole momentum of winning the tournament. What kind of momentum do you think that's going to propel them within like this next week? Next week and possibly the next month leading up to the tournament. What kind of momentum do you think that they're going to be riding?
Oh gosh, I mean, to be honest, I think what they're really riding right now, because when I'm sitting here and I'll flash back to the end of the game, the end of Angel City. It's tied. I believe it was 3-3, and Catalyst got the flag at about the 2-minute mark. 2 minutes left in the game, and they decided, or they're saying they got to hold back Star. They got to really bunker down, and I mean, Tang threw everything they could at them. And there's something in there in that moment that really kind of emphasized what a good team is that they, once they decided, whoever was like kind of captaining at that moment, once they decided like what they had to do, they just instantly went into their different positions. I mean, you had a Tone sitting on the backside of Flag. You had other Titans between the Flag and Star. You had pilots swirling about, and they're calling everything as they're coming in. And I really think that, like, the thing that they captured in that moment, and what's going to carry them really far in future tournaments, is that they really respect each other. They really respect what each other brings to the table. Like, even when Upgraded's over here, apologizing for not having as many slays or anything like that, the rest of the team was like, no man, it's totally good, like, don't even worry about it, we're doing well, like, we're rolling with it. When they lost their LTS matches, they responded with a really positive togetherness as a team. And for myself, growing up playing in bands and in music, you know, playing sports and football and all that stuff, that teamwork is key. And, you know, you see it in like all facets of life, everything from, you know, jobs to sports to even e-gaming right here. You know, they respected what the plan was, and they executed as best as they possibly can. And I think that that's going to really carry them far in every tournament that comes their way.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, respect and trust goes a long
It does,
way.
and especially
Absolutely.
with how young that core group of those guys are, and like you were saying, you know, the fact that, you know, with how young they are and all of like what's the word I'm looking for, like the respect and everything like that you guys had, that they had for each other in the game, you know, keeping the composure and stuff like that. It just really goes to show you, you know, what a good team and keeping under composure can actually do together and stuff like that. I mean, not to take anything away from Tang, because they were, you know, watching their perspective, they were keeping everything under composure as well, too. Same kind of idea, like throughout the entire tournaments. I mean, you with some teams, you know, you would hear some rage here and there, but it would quickly get over it, kind of thing. But I mean, that tends to happen. So, yeah, I mean.
Well, I mean, you see it on both sides, right? You see it on both sides. You go and you play with Tang, and those dudes are studs, right? Like, I mean, every last one of them are helping out the community, helping out new teams. You know, I'm an admin of the competitive page for Facebook, and where this whole thing was launched from. And you know, I'm talking to VP every day, and like, he's always popping up ideas on how to help people, how to help the scene in general, and they definitely just respect every element of the game. And, you know, on the flip side, Catalyst, you know, they've been playing together for so long, and they just have a lot of fun with it, you know. I mean, as of yesterday, they changed some of their Twitter stuff today, but, you know, they were just having fun and had, like, you know, written on a cell phone kind of graphic that said Catalyst. They had a little C.
Yeah,
you know,
I saw that.
They're just having fun. They're having fun with it. It looks like my 3-year-old sister is over here, you know, drawing and writing out the word Catalyst. Maybe 5 years old, but, you know, like, they're just being goofy and having fun with it. And I think that really shows when you kind of can loosen up a little bit, you know, and you don't treat your team like there's a whole bunch of like hard fast secrets or anything like that. Like, you know, Tang's over here supporting the community, Catalyst is over here supporting the community, having fun, like playing with anyone and everyone who will come their way, whether on a competitive side or even just jumping in pubs, or playing you know, playing some mean customs over here. It's just a good time all around for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, and then.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, kind of to Ishi's point with that post she did earlier in the group, you know, back in Titanfall 1, having like, what was it, like 9 players, and now up to like over 400. And most of this promotion and different stuff that we're doing too, you know, it's all in house. It's all by, you know, different members of different teams, you know, wanting this community to be, you know, more competitive, more better, but not necessarily just in the sense of like, oh, you know, better just for like one specific team or anything, but better for everybody. You know, I mean, me and Kairo could probably see, you know, back to where it was when the game first launched compared to where it is now. It's much bigger, a lot more active teams.
Oh, absolutely.
And, you know, it's just
Not even the same community.
it really isn't. But to kind of seeing how it's grown that way and going up from there. So yeah, I mean, we talked.
And that's where, if I can interject for just a second, like, you know, this tournament went super well. Like, we had some issues with some streaming in the first rounds, but I kind of want to do just a few shout outs.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Like, so like, people who came in the clutch, like Big Slim was there streaming from the first match. You know, like, I met him right before the tournament, and he was just a stud. As we started having some streaming issues with some of our streamers and that kind of stuff, and we got into the second round, Ishi jumped right in. She was like, she just wanted to help. That was great. White Ranger, 06 White Ranger, he, you know, their team got knocked out. SPG got knocked out in the first round by our champions, but you know, he just had a good attitude about it and just jumped right in and started streaming, helped us out for a round or two, and then really, you mentioned kind of like how the community has grown, and like what you see and all that stuff. And this is where I got to give a shout out to all the admins in the for the competitive page. So it's it starts off with Ethan Martin and Prophet, leader of AEG. He's the guy who kind of has the whole vision for everything, the founder of the page, all that. And then we've got VP. Who doesn't know VP? Someone said on Twitter earlier today. Someone said I saw on Twitter or Facebook or something, VP Victor Pozo. That dude, he's kind of the heart of Tang. And then we've got Aaron.
That was Mad Drunk. Mad Drunk dude said that.
Mad Drunk said that.
I asked it. It was me. I was like, wait, is VP the leader of Tang? And he's like, no, I'm the leader of Tang, but VP's the heart of Tang.
Yeah, that's what he says. VP's a stud. And we've got Arity, and Arity's over here, like just helping out the community. Like Red Rage ran our last Scrim Saturday. It was good. We have some moderators, Holly May, Joseph Mayer, Patrick McClure. And then I round out the rest of the admins. So we're all working tirelessly, talking night and day about how to grow this stuff. So if you guys all want to get involved, like any of those names I just said, like reach out. You'll see us on Twitter. You see us on Facebook. So
Awesome. With that said, if you don't mind, hold on. Okay, go ahead. Go finish this topic, because I had another topic I wanted to ask you three about.
Just to kind of just continue, at the same time, you have all these admins doing everything, but the biggest part of this community, it's not necessarily, the admins, they do a lot of stuff to help you guys out. We can't thank you guys enough, but also, the different members of the community, the players that are out there wanting to play this game competitively, wanting this game to grow. The admins, those guys want to be here if it wasn't for the rest of you guys too. So big shout out to everybody in the community, that kind of thing. Cairo, what'd you have? What'd you want to bring up?
Okay, so back on the topic of the tournament, since I wasn't able to watch every game, I wasn't involved in streaming, for the three of you, Slim, Quantum, and Mind Freak, I asked the three of you, looking back at this team, Catalyst Gaming, what do you think, if any, are their weaknesses? Do you think these guys have any weak points? If not, maybe LTS, but maybe in objective game modes.
Crickets.
No,
Nothing.
Chirp,
we
chirp.
seeing these guys as the perfect team.
No,
right now? they are
They're
darn
not.
good. They are darn good. But that leads you to the
And
next
you're
question.
trying to get me some. You're trying to get me some shade here on Twitter, aren't you? Trying to get Catalyst.
No.
You're trying to put me on
It's
Catalyst's bad side.
it's simply an analytic. It's simply an
You're
analytical
gonna be on the
question.
hit list now.
Yeah, right?
As if it
Like,
was the team who won a conference championship going. As if it
Sure,
were a
sure.
conference championship.
it's like
What's anybody
Steph
gonna
Curry's
do?
self
What is anybody
because
gonna
he's
do?
6'2".
What can? Right. Yeah. And the only thing you can do is you think in your head the only thing you could do against Steph Curry is use your height on him, but the guy could just jump back 10 feet and hit a arced jump shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? and you're seeing that proven when it came clutch down to it. I mean, they've lost 2 games, they've won 2 games. Backs against the wall. There was points where it was tied 3-3. Mid to late of the second half, and they're chasing a flag, and they pull it together though. And
what I think it's gonna
know-
come down to is the other team gonna have to do full cooperation, teamwork, just as well as them, and be on
That could
point
be a
just,
good point.
just at that time. It was just their day yesterday.
Yeah, I'm getting
I
messages
think-
on Xbox from the guys from CG saying we are the perfect team. Keep the confidence up, guys. I mean, you guys proved it yesterday.
Hey, let's go for
it.
Go for it. You guys were.
I mean, here's
guys were-
here's the deal. Here's like if you have to pick one thing, and it's not necessarily the one thing, right? And I'm seeing in the chat, I'm probably gonna get picked on for this. What's really difficult right now is to be a team of 5 or 6 and really just dominate. I don't know if I agree with it. I actually like the model of having a team of 5 or 6 instead of the team of 12 that game battles will let you have, because what's happening is you see kind of across the board is you'll see teams starting to expand and having their LTS play and then having their CTF play, right? And they'll have these two players. That's why the admins here, we wanted to do a variant tourney, was to kind of balance the scales a little bit. And I think that what's going to be difficult for Catalyst Gaming is they're coming in here every night, right? When they're going to book a GB, when they're going to play a tournament, whatever that is, they're going to come in here every night and play their dudes, and they're going to play the best CTF team from their opponent. They're going to play the best LTS team from their opponent. They're going to be playing the best every single night. And like I said at the beginning, that's just going to be hard. I think they can do it. I think they can absolutely do it. But that's gonna be difficult, because I think part of what's broken with the system right now, and we don't have to go into that at this point.
Right.
But Titanfall is a game that is intended to be pilots and titans. Right?
Correct.
And if you have a team that can isolate one or the other, or you have two parts of your team where you can isolate either or, then you're actually not getting good at the entirety of the game. You're getting good at just one area of it. And I think that what really impresses me, they dropped their LTS matches against the winner of Ishii's LTS tournament, right? They dropped their LTS matches, and I think they're only going to get better. And they challenged, and they won some rounds in those LTS matches, and I think that they're a fantastic team. So,
absolutely. I mean, let's look back a few months ago. Josh here, Big Slim, posted in the name of Team Regen hosted an LTS tournament. We saw a group of guys that was almost all those same guys. I believe Upgraded was in there.
Oh, yep.
Mercenary Pilot, and a lot of the same guys that are on this Catalyst Gaming team actually took first and were able to beat Tangi in that tournament, in that LTS tournament, and take the victory in the finals there.
That
so
was
they're
kind of like
definitely
a rematch. It was cool.
So and there was a couple players that were different. I don't believe an Enemy Pilot was on that roster.
No.
Was he?
But
an enemy pilot is Crimson.
Right, and I think it was, I can't remember that roster. I want to say it was Zevo upgraded.
I think Zevo was in there, yeah.
I think it was Zevo upgraded, Nas. Either way, it's irrelevant. The point is, a lot of those guys have been there before with their backs against the wall, and they pulled it out in an all LTS tournament. So maybe they are the perfect team. And it looked like it really was Tangi's night in LTS last night. I mean, the guys are phenomenal. Before I stopped doing GBs months ago, I played those guys as a new team, and it was the toughest LTS game I've played in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one too. I mean, we played them too back with Project Mayhem, and yeah, they were tough games. I mean, right off the gate, their Titan game was strong. But kind of swapping over to Tanny a little bit on that side too, winning the LTS, winning your LTS matches, but kind of from the objective kind of standpoint, what kind of momentum and what kind of motivation are they thinking? All right, hey, what are we going to work on for this coming these coming weeks? So in case they do get in that situation where, hey, we're playing CG again, and it's a variant, it's a couple LTS games, but then a couple more CTF games. What do you think's Ting's thoughts on that would be?
I think
they need to. Go for it, Quantum. Go for it.
Go ahead.
For it. Okay, I think I didn't get to personally hear their chat in any of the gameplay. Actually, I did a little bit, but I didn't get to hear it in the aspect that we're talking about Catalyst Gaming playing. I don't think they have the same amount of trust quite yet. I think they do, on paper. They have the same amount of trust and respect for each other as that Catalyst Gaming team. The difference is seeing the instant reaction time, that trust, that knowledge. When someone says, "Hey, go over here. Hey, come do this. Hey, do this," and the instant response, not the questioning, not a second thought in your head about it, but doing it and trusting your teammates and knowing that every one of your teammates makes the right call. And I think it'll come down to that for Tangi to overcome it. I don't think they should be upset in any way, shape, or form because they performed awesome. It went to the grand finals, Game 5, one flag cap difference.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's like NHL Game 7.
I think overall their skill. Yeah. I think their skill is every bit on par with, or darn close, and in some aspects maybe better than Catalyst Gaming's. But it does come down to, as you were saying, that teamwork, seeing their positioning, holding one spot with the Titan, two pilots rotating to each other, one guy such as enemy pilot just holding top, being a distraction. They constantly knew where they were, what they were going to do, and they made call-outs and they acted upon them without a second thought. And just upgrading that ability in teamwork is going to be the main key factor for Tangi becoming the team to now flip the tables and in the next variant tournament be able to take victory.
Yeah.
Not to say other teams as well, other teams such as we were talking about next level, Red Rage, Frost Esports, a couple other teams that do have that, Jedi Mind, teams that have that raw skill and potential to hang with these guys and be a finals team. But it comes down to that communication. And I think the biggest thing on top of that is they're having a great time. I've never hung out in a party with a group of guys like Catalyst Gaming that legitimately have fun. They're having fun out there.
Well, I think that there's a little bit here. If we're talking about the team chemistry and everything like that, to be honest with you, I think Ting personifies it as well. There's not one perfect way to have it, and like you said, this went down to the very last minute, and this went down. I mean, they had 2 flagpoles within the final minute. Tang did, and they got it out of there, and they just got beat by the Titan or whatever happened there. I think that if you were to play that same variant, 10 times, all 5 matches each 10 times, it probably ends up somewhere close to 50-50, if not 50-50. And to be honest, I think what I loved about watching the finals is that you have 2 teams that personify teamwork, that they're trusting each other, they're working together. I mean, I was streaming one and watching the other, and both teams are doing nearly the same thing, and I really think that both of them personify class.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they do. And by no means am I belittling Tangi's teamwork.
You mean Tang?
Any shape or
Tang.
form. I'm just simply Tang. I call him Tang. I hear two things. I'm gonna need Mad Drunk Dude to tell me himself over party chat one day.
It's Tang.
It's Tang, and then I'll call it that from then on. Because
watch Mad Drunk come in here and
for
the Mad Drunk trying to get an invite.
Yeah, let's actually bring in a couple guys in from the grand finals. Let's bring a couple guys from CG, and I think Matt is on, so we bring him in, kind of get thoughts, from the standpoints of it, from their kind of idea, just to kind of talk about here, and kind of get their thoughts. So let's get a couple more of those guys in.
I need to say Tang like 10 more times to make Mad Drunk Dude happy.
I don't even see him on.
He's all up in the stream. He's all up in the chat right now.
Even Synchro's telling me it's Tang.
Good old Synchro.
Omega Rangers in here. Hashtag Tangy on top.
So, ladies and gentlemen, on the weekly recap, I'd like to bring in Naz Mercenary Pilot Thomas, some of the guys from CG, kind of talk with them a little bit to close out the show today. So, first off, again, guys, congrats on the win yesterday. After you guys...
Good job, everybody.
Yeah, good job. Kind of like, after that last 30 seconds when you guys got that flag cap, what was going through your heads, what do we got to do to make sure they don't get this last flag cap? Let's hear it.
Honestly, when they got that train full,
I got scared whenever they getting the train. I was getting worried.
Because we were kind of out of position that they could spawn trapping us, so I just told Upgrade to pull it out because I had my Titan, so I was going to protect it. And then when I get their return, and then we go there, and then enemy pilot kills and gets the re, and then when we cap that flag, I'm like, we're just playing defense right now. We're not going to do anything else but defense. So I set Mercenary behind our base, upgraded with his Legion in front of our base, and I had enemy pilot as his pilot on the ground, because if they sneak out, so we have someone to grab him, and I had my eye on the whole time, and we just played defense for straight 2 minutes. We kept getting them every time. They didn't slip
and
past
honestly,
me.
I think one of the biggest turning points in that match too. I'm watching it from Tang's side of it too. I think they had the flag and it was like literally like inches away from the cap point, and all of a sudden you just see you guys just swarm in from the cap. I think right there that probably was maybe the momentum shift in the game, because up to then, you know, it was kind of going back and forth.
Yeah. At first we had them, and then whenever they spawn trapped us, that's when we kind of lost it. And then they started getting more momentum towards it, and then we were like, we gotta fix our game and come back in it. Mostly.
Well, I have a question for you guys. How do you guys feel about you personally, coming from you guys? I have my opinions, but looking back at the LTS games you played against Tangy, how do you guys feel about those games? What did you do to Tang? I said Tangy. I said Tangy. I said Tangy.
Honestly,
Tang,
LTS
how do you guys
game is probably
how do you overcome that? How do you overcome that and then move on? And what
I
do you think you guys need to do?
I personally think that we are weakest on our LTS game.
Yeah, we need
because
Yeah, we didn't expect to win.
mostly all of us are pilot players, as you can see from
Right.
Hardpoint
Yeah, we're not
and
really-
CTF, and I think that we should like start working on our LTS game a lot more.
I mean,
But that
we
game-
kind of didn't
but-
worry about the LTS matches as much because we knew we're going against Tang, one of the best in LTS games. So we didn't let that hold us back from our pilots game. Because we knew we were going against the winner of the LTS match that issue hold a couple months ago. So we were just going into like, even if we lose this, it's alright. That's not really going to hold us back that much.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And you guys were every bit capable. You were taking rounds off of them. I gotta say, you guys played better than I could. That's for sure against those guys in their game mode. So, hats off to you guys.
So my next question is, you know, after winning this tournament, you know, all eyes are on you guys right now. You guys are kind of the top dogs. You know, gunning. You know, people are gonna gun for you and stuff like that. What do you guys think about that?
I don't know if we'll gun for you as much now that Debo's not with you.
Ooh, there it is. Somebody said it.
I forgot his name.
I honestly,
leave the Twitter
Yeah,
channel
leave the
on
Twitter stuff out.
guys.
But-
Alright.
Hashtag that's what
Oh, if
teammates
it's
are
not-
for.
If it's not the captain of TNG himself.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ishi got that
The
started. Butchered it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the leader of Tang here with us, Mad Drunk Dude. Congratulations on your performance
No, you
yesterday.
said Tangy. That's what
You
you
guys
said.
Thank you.
I said Tang.
Hats off to
You guys played
Catalyst
great.
Gaming. You guys were insane. Like, I think on Colony, what was it, enemy pilot, I think dropped like a 30
enemy
bomb on
pilot.
us, and it was just like,
Yeah,
oh
29.
my
29
God.
almost 30.
Yeah. But who's counting, right?
He was.
But
That's.
but yeah, we were. Yeah. Oh, is it? Nice.
Yeah, that's.
Work Crimson. The 130 kill man himself, right?
Yeah.
Mr. 130.
No, hats off to you guys. You guys definitely deserved it. I think you guys played amped hardpoint really well. I don't think we were expecting that at all either. We were hoping to just try to steal
Me too.
LCS and amped hardpoint on you guys. That's kind of how we built the team, really. But yeah, I mean, you guys were all clutch. I think we did some scrims literally the day before with most of the team that was planned. And I think you guys made some really nice adjustments that we were not expecting in the CTF games. Hats off.
Thank you. Y'all weren't bad either. I thought y'all were honestly gonna kill our Titan game. Like, I mean, y'all killed us in LTS pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, in CTF, we kind of had our Titan game pretty strong too most of the time. I honestly thought y'all weren't gonna get Titan control and just dominate us most of the game. But we kind of held it there.
Yeah, you guys
Pretty good though.
definitely
Those are good matches.
worked really
though.
well together. Yeah, those are really fun. So hopefully we get some games soon.
Soon,
Start streaming those.
Start streaming them games. Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there it was. You guys had some of the members of the winning team yesterday in Catalyst Gaming. Once again, guys, congrats to you guys for winning. Mad Drunk, congrats to you guys, second place, and a big thank you guys to for hosting the tournament and all that kind of stuff. That's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen, for the very first episode of the weekly recap. I want to thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. I did record this, so I will kind of have this posted later on in case anybody missed it. Kind of want to get a recap watch of it, kind of thing. Once again, guys, congrats. Thank you guys, Cairo, Quan, and Big Slave for my panel. Yeah, and we'll see you guys next time. Make sure you guys all have a good night now, and happy hunting out there.